Okay, I'm going to record a quick tutorial how to extract a tornado track or wind swath track from the DAT, save it, also extract the KMZ file, and then use both of those to put into a weather story for any particular event. There's a couple different ways to do it. The CLC training, there is one session out there of using the print function, and it's not horrible, it's not bad, but it leaves a little something to be desired in terms of the centering of how it is. So if I use just what I have here as a default and click print, and it just takes a few seconds to generate it, and you click on it, and it does extract a nice image, but the problem is all their sources and their information that they have on the bottom kind of cuts off the bottom of the track. So I would rather not use it. I prefer to have my own control using the snipping tool or something along that line to grab it. So that's the way I'm going to demonstrate it out here. If you want to learn more about that, then you can double check the CLC training. Make sure for your layers, at a minimum, you want to have the track map or track line available. So I have this damage lines ready to go. You can put the points and the polygons out if you want, but honestly, for that static image that's out there, I don't think I would necessarily. It's just as simple to put that out. And then the KMZ that we have that we'll extract is better to zoom in and use that for some of the other points. And if you want to use the damage points, that's fine. It's not going to hurt anything, but since this is just a static image, you can't click on it or anything like that. But it's entirely up to you ultimately how you want to do it, but at a minimum, you want to have just the line. So with that being selected, what we're going to do is I'm just going to use a snipping tool. And so and I try to find, if at all possible, capture a city for reference. So like here, we're going to grab Bryant. And so I'm just highlighting that area. And we're going to do File and Save As. And as you can see, I've been playing around out here already. So we're going to save it just under a different folder in brown bag right now. And you'll want to save these files in the appropriate SIG event folder. I would recommend there's like a post-event folder. You might want to put it in there. And you can create a folder in there that says just web story images or something like that, just so they're all in one nice place. But for the purposes of this, we're just going to use this. So I called it test track. So I'm just going to replace the one that I had in there. Okay. And I'm going to reduce that off. And then before we leave the DAT, I also want to extract the KML file. So you hit extract data. And you can do KML or shape. I usually haven't done the shape one at all. Just stick with the KML. You have your choices of any of these four. Flood points we haven't used much yet. Obviously, it's an option down the road once we start getting into something like that. But otherwise, it defaults to all four, and I turn off flood points. And quite often, I will also turn off the points and the polygons. Now, if you do want to have that information available, and there's nothing wrong with it, I would strongly suggest that you use QC data only. That means that that's data that is already visible to the public on the damage viewer site with a separate link. That way, those are sites or points that you have already cleared, that they don't have any inappropriate comments or anything that maybe we don't necessarily want shared out to the public. So if you do want to grab the polygons and the damage points, make sure to click QC data only. Otherwise, you can pick just the paths or paths, polygon, whatever. So I'm just going to extract everything just for the sake of argument for this. The output time defaults at UTC. I'd suggest you put it out at the appropriate time zone. So right now we're Eastern Daylight. And then go ahead and click select. And you don't have to get real fancy with it. Just a couple clicks to highlight the area. When you're ready, double click it. And it'll go ahead and extract the information. And usually it takes about 5 to 10 seconds. It just depends how big of a file it is ultimately. But it's usually a pretty quick process. And there it is. So you click KMZ link, and then you go ahead and save it off. So we're going to save it off in this work folder that I'm using for the purposes of this. I left it at storm_survey, but you definitely want to give it and that other static image a much more meaningful name. You know, the name of the nearby town for that tornado or for that file, just so it's easier to keep track of them. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to close this, and we're going to go ahead and shift over to the CMS. So I'm using a dummy page that Todd and I had created for our spring seminar, so we're just going to use that. And so to go ahead and get the images there, the first one you're going to want to do is a track map. So you highlight it, just clicking left click, right click, and hit image properties. And keep an eye on this numbers right here, the width 500, the height 260. Occasionally when you put an image in, and this could be both for this track or any of the images down below in the story, it will like to change these. These are predefined by the template, and if they get out of size, it'll mess the web story up big time. So you want to just leave that alone. Doesn't hurt. There's plenty of times that I've had to go ahead and have a little pad of paper next to me and jot down what the width and the height were so I remember. Because after you start working on a web page for a while, things kind of get blurred. So again, we're going to remember 500 and 260 here. So let's go ahead and browse server. And for that JPEG image, we want to make sure it goes in the images. And while I'm just going to put it in the root directory, you want to make sure either to create or put it in the appropriate events folder under here. You can hit the drop down, and our structure obviously is by year, so you can put in the appropriate year and then create a file if you need to. For the purpose of this, again, I'm just going to stick in just our root images directory for now. So you click upload, and here's testtrack.jpg. So I'm going to save it, and it uploads real quick. And here it is. So you double click on it, and see it was 500 by 260. Now it changed it. So we want to change back to 500 by 260. And make sure this little padlock stays unlocked. So that way it's kind of an odd dimension since it's an odd shape. If you put that lock on, it keeps it nice and square. So just leave that, make sure it's off. So the other thing you want to do is copy this URL. So just copy, right click, go to the link, paste that in there, okay, and then click OK. So there we have our track. For the KMZ file, all you do is you highlight it, and since I've been playing around with this, it already shows up that there's something there, but you still would highlight that text and hit the little hyperlink button here, the plus, and you would go ahead and upload the file. So hit browse server, and the KML, KMZ files are under public data is where they should be. If you try and put it somewhere where it doesn't belong, it will flag you and let you know that. But the public data for all the KML, KMZ, JSON, things like that are under public data. And so we're going to go ahead, and this one was storm survey, so we're going to click that there. And then we're going to double click this. And that should do it. You want to make sure under the target, I'd recommend putting this off to a new window, but everything else should be perfectly fine. Just click OK, and then you go ahead, and I would strongly recommend after each of these steps, press save. I'm not going to here now, but I would definitely encourage you to press save so that way whatever you've done is saved and you're good to go. And that's all there is to it.